Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a good one. Welcome back to Free Power. We're so thankful that you could join us. And we're going to take a look at Aptera. It looks like they're getting ready to make a move, so let's check this out. Welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you here. We welcome everybody to Free Power. Looks like Aptera is making a move. They're not being stuck in the mud anymore. As this springs out, it says Aptera Motors executes 75 million equity line of credit facility with affiliates of New Circle Capital. So this is what they're doing. They're bringing out that Aptera Motor Core, the solar mobility company, focused on developing highly efficient vehicles. They announced today it was entered into share purchase agreement providing up to 75 million of committed equity financing with the New Circle Principal Investment LLC, an affiliate of leading growth focused investors. And that, once again, is New Circle Capital. Now, I'm not a financial expert on this, so I'm sure there'll be someone here that'll straighten me out if I get it wrong, and I'm pretty sure I will. But we welcome all your expertise in helping us get the best understanding of exactly what this means. Aptera will have the right, but not the obligation, to issue and sell from time to up to 75 million of its Class B common stock under the ELOC at its discretion and subject to customary conditions, including the effectiveness of a resale registration statement. The company plans to file a registration statement on Form S1 as soon as practicable to enable potential access to the facility. Proceeds from the ELOC are expected to support production readiness, including tooling and other activities required to bring Aptera's Launch Edition vehicle to market. This structure gives Aptera flexibility to raise capital in stages over time, aligning with the company's strategic priorities and market opportunities. So this really looks like a good move for Aptera. Let's see, it goes on to say this press release does not constitute an offer to sell or to solicitation of an offer to buy any securities, nor shall there be any sale of securities in any jurisdiction in which such offer, solicitation, or sale would be unlawful prior to registration or qualification under the security law of such jurisdiction. Um, it looks like Aptera is making a move to where they can go ahead and start producing vehicles, and it, according to this, they could do it at their own pace. So if they want to start out slow, they can. And I guess depending upon the amount of money they need, then they can, whatever they need to do to get capital and start producing more vehicles, they can do that. So this right here actually talks about the New Circle Capital. New Circle Capital is an institutional investor focused on small and mid-cap public companies. New Circle investment throughout the capital stacks in various industries and transaction situations. New Circle is headquartered in New York, New York. And then you could go to their website if you want to find out more about them. They look like they're an investment company, and I believe they can help out with what Aptera is doing. So let's take a closer look at New Circle Capital. Let's see what they're about. So here's their webpage, and they tell you who they are. Says that New Circle Capital invests in small and mid-cap public companies across the capital stack in various industries and transaction situations. So I find this interesting right here, pre-IPO issuers. Now we know that, of course, Aptera is going to be on the stock market on the NASDAQ 2016, and that qualifies them for where they can invest. So this is going to be very interesting how this goes down. I'm looking forward to see what Aptera is going to do next. Of course, we got this more things coming down the pipeline, and I'm just so looking forward to seeing Aptera finally make a move to go ahead and get their vehicles out on the road. And of course, last we talked that they needed about $60 million to go ahead and get in the production that they wanted. And right here, they have a little bit more than that. And of course, they are actually going to, they can vary the speed in which they come out with their vehicles. We already know that Blake talked about them, if they could produce up to 6,000 vehicles a year, that they would basically break even.
Yeah, people are very happy about your projection, the 6,000 per year break even thing.
Yep.
Can you speak to that?
Yeah, the 6,000 break even is part of the financial model. I don't really think it's gonna, that's not gonna be the target that we're going for. The pre-orders obviously dictate that we're gonna be selling a whole lot more than that.
Yeah.
We were asked to build, a base case, where would we get to that point? A lot of factors go into it. It's going to be a ton of work to get to that point, but I don't think we're really going to be working towards that model. Personally, I think we're going to be more towards the higher volumes, 20,000 plus. But it's nice to have that out there to show, the investors that ask that question. I know everybody's curious about getting to profitability. We're laser focused on getting to profitability, but we're also laser focused on getting 1 million Aptera on the road. And 6,000 a year is not.
It's not really
the rate. And I don't really think about that. I know it's very exciting for people to understand, but I don't think about the 6,000 a year rate too much. I more look at the high volume model that we built.
And of course, we know they're going to want to do more than that. But and I'm sure with inflation, it's probably a little bit more than that now. But this is going to be really nice. How do you feel about what's going on here? I think this is really interesting with what they're doing. And I think this is a good move for them. But anyway, once again, what do you guys think? I think Aptera is really getting ready to pull off the gloves and go to work. But, like I've always been saying lately, time will tell. So, we just have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and end it right here. So you guys take care. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. If you're new here, hit the like, ring the bell, subscribe. And of course, you catch all the Aptera videos when they come out. Hopefully, if they do start mass producing, then, oh man, it's really going to be nice. And you'll be hearing from me more often. But y'all take care. We'll see you in the next video. All right. Bye-bye.